Hassan. I was originally born in Kenya, and I was raised in Portland, Maine. And this is my manifesto. A wise man by the name of Gandhi once said, "Be the change you want to see in the world." I here today will tell you my change. But first, I need to understand who I am. Who I am. A question that keeps coming up in the 15 years of my life. So, who am I? It rages me that I want to make a change in this world but can't answer this simple yet so complex question. Coming to CSG, I thought I could wholeheartedly answer this question. But to be perfectly honest, I still can't. I think a part of it had to do with coming here with the overarching goal of wanting to educate myself more in the world so I can have more impact on it. Little did I know that I needed to get to know myself in the process. I know, that sounds corny. In fact, that's what I thought when I was first told this by Cordelia Roth. At first, I didn't process this. I thought I already knew everything there was to know about me. I mean, I'm Farhiyo Hassan, daughter of Abdullahi and Safiya Hassan, a Kenyan and American, born and raised with 9 other siblings. I have already learned love and selflessness because growing up, those were my family's necessities. But it turns out it wasn't that simple. All I know is that throughout my endless struggle to come to CSG, I hated talking about myself. Like, emphasis on the hate. Like, when we were given this assignment to reflect back on who we were, I physically cringed. I think a part of it had to do with being in a very vulnerable state and not wanting to expose myself. And I also think another part of it had to do with my family's positive influence on me. I'm the oldest daughter of 5 girls and was raised to take care of others, whether it be my siblings or even my teachers. I love this job. It made me feel good to put others before myself because that's who I am. I am the glue that holds everything down. But coming to CSG, I learned that my world at home here clashed. Here, I was given the space to not have to worry about putting others first, and that made me feel a different way. I hated it. I disliked having to check in once a week with someone and tell them how I was doing. It made me feel bad in the sense that someone was taking care of me. I remember in Unit 1 in our Coastal Adventure block when we discussed how feelings were valid. At first, I did not comprehend. I thought the only emotion that everyone should feel is happiness. But I soon realized that wasn't the case. I learned that 1, emotions, whether it be sad or happy, is important, and how you choose to express yourself is important. And 2, it was important to talk about how I was doing, because either way, Cordelia Roth would work her magic into getting me to want to talk. Soon I felt a sense of relief that I never knew I held in. For most of my time here, I was relieved because I could care about others and myself, which was different from me. This soon changed. I remember one night I could never forget. One of my lovely siblings in the yellow farmhouse had to leave to go home for personal reasons. This news hit me. Of course, I felt sad for her and for my community, but I felt even more sad because I wasn't there in that moment. Words rushed into my head. What if I had cared just a little more? Maybe then she wouldn't have to leave us, I thought. Only this week did I realize how angry I was at myself for taking a break and not taking care of my job as being the glue. I failed my true ideals of living, and that's what made me want to hide. I slowly realized this situation brought me back to old Farhiyo, who beat herself up for not making the girl who was crying in class happy. I was brought back to my ideals of emotions because that showed a sign of weakness, and I had no space for anger and frustration because I was the glue. I held everything together. I had no space for me. For a month, I dealt with my job as a caregiver, and it felt good. But only now am I starting to realize that I have no power in how everyone feels. And yes, I can make others happy in the way I knew how, but in the end, I have no control over people's decisions and how they deal with things. I look back and see the little things that have contributed to my experience. I've become this creature who realized she has emotions, like the gross kind. I realized those feelings spoke louder than words in the many events that have occurred throughout my journey here. I have learned passion that keeps you going in and day out, and no matter what financial status or circumstance. I have learned the importance of words that slip through my lips, and the stories every individual holds. I have learned the significant power of storytelling. I have learned the beauty in movement, the kind that flexes and moves with fluidity and sometimes curls in pain. I have learned sight that sees the colors of others and not overlooks what's in front. I have learned love for a new language, a new subject in science, and love for the beautiful 24 faces who have become so dearing to my heart. I have seen the tremendous growth in others' ability to lead, and even myself. I I never learned, though, how to leave a jar of peanut butter full and keep it that way. I have accepted that my role in my community is crucial, and that it's important to be selfless and humble, but it is equally important to be self-compassionate. I have realized these little things are what makes me who I am, and that even though it pains me to be this exposed and all, it is the truth. So I leave you with this. Be the change you want to see in the world, but this time, don't forget your needs and wants in the process. Thank you very much.